Hi everyone, my name is Lauren and welcome back to my library. Today I am here to talk to you about the series that I need to read or I need to finish this year. So, before we get started, as always, if you could like this video, it would really help me out with the algorithm, and if you could subscribe, I would love for you to join this chaotic channel. I'm just going to get into this really quickly because I have 10 series that I want to talk to you about today, and I'm not going to go in any particular order. Some of these aren't even the ones that are like the top most priority of my so like things like The Poppy War, I'm not going to mention on here because I know I need to read that and that's just like a given, but these are ones that I'm hoping to finish or even start at some point this year. So the books I'm going to be talking about today could either be in a series, in a trilogy, or in a duology. Those are the things that I call a series. So these are 10 books that we're just going to talk about really quickly. So the first one is Weapon by Lynette Noni. I have started this one. I read the first book in, I want to say 2019 when it came out, and I read it in like one day and I really enjoyed it, and then I got Weapon and I just never picked it up. I still remember a lot of things that happened in Whisper and I really enjoyed it. So I don't know why, I tend to put things off because I don't want things to end. So this one is like one of the ones that I want to get to this year, and it's going to be super easy because it's just literally one book for me to finish the series. So hopefully I can stick to my guns and I can do that. The next one is The Lux by Anna Godbersen. I picked this up last year, I think in January, and I picked up quite a few of these books in this series. I can't even tell you how many I picked up, but there was quite a few of them, and I thought that on the back it says, what is it, where was the thing that I read? No, it's on the front. It says all the glitz of the OC but with bigger frocks and more dashing boys. And I kind of really enjoyed the OC when I was younger. It was like this trashy little TV show that I actually enjoyed. So I feel like this is just going to be like one of those trashy guilty pleasures of mine. So I'm hoping that I can definitely get to this one before the end of the year. But there's at least 4 books, I think. So I think this will be interesting. And I also bought this one because everyone was talking about the Lux series, and I thought that it was this one, but it was actually Jennifer L. Armentrout. But I'm still going to read this anyway. So the next one is Our Hearts So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Camara. I know that the third one literally just came out this week, so there's no reason for me not to finish it this year. I tend to like to wait until the entire series is completed so I don't have to wait for any more books, but when I read A Curse So Dark and Lonely, I didn't know it was going to be a series, so you know, my own fault. But now that it's finished, I feel like I can safely say that I'm going to finish it this year because I really did enjoy the first book and I read that in one sitting, so I do want to finish this trilogy before the end of the year. Another one that I don't have huge hopes of finishing, but I at least want to start it this year, is The Dark Artifices by Cassandra Clare. Because like this is the first book and it has to be like 1,000,000 bloody pages. 670 pages. I mean, that doesn't look so big, but, and the writing is pretty small, so I think this is going to take me forever to get through. But I have all 3 in the series, but I have all 3 in the trilogy, and I just feel like this is going to take me a year to read on its own, and that's probably why I haven't started it yet, to be honest. But I do want to get to this one oh my God, at some point this year. Okay, another one from Cassandra Clare, Clockwork Princess. I'm actually reading this right now and I'm probably about halfway through, so I have to say I'm definitely going to finish this one this year. And I've just found something in the back of it. What is that? What is that? Oh, this would be so good. Oh wow, okay. This would be super helpful for me for the next couple of books that I read, because I don't know anything about the family trees and stuff. That's a little nifty thing to put in here. Thanks for that. That's helpful. So again, I am halfway through this one. I probably finish it hopefully within the next week or so. And yeah, then I can just tick this one off. I added it because I know I can tick this one off. And at least I can accomplish something out of this pile. Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. I honestly bought this when I first started reading again, which was probably like 2017 at least. It had to have been a new book then. The second book was already out, so this one was already even a year earlier than that. This one was in 2016, so I think in 2017 I ended up buying both of them. And I mean, they've been sitting on my shelves for 5 years, so I'm ready to read them this year. I do have the audiobook ready to go, so I think that after February, because February I want to read exclusively romance books, I think that March, this is going to happen in March, so I'm prepared for this one. Talking about Alexandra Bracken, In the Afterlight, this is the third book in the Darkest Minds series, I believe. I read the first two and I really liked it, and the second one ended on such a cliffhanger, and I somehow just never went to the third book. I just got too caught up in everything else that I was reading and I never managed to get to it, so I'm hoping that I can finish this series before the end of the year and kind of just like move on, because I did really enjoy them, and the concept and even the execution of them was quite good, so it was really enjoyable, and it's been a while since I've read a dystopian, so I miss them. Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I have had this on my shelf for literally forever, and I just need to read it like every single other book. I think I have the audiobook for this one as well on hold or ready to go, so hopefully in March this one can also be knocked out. I think this one's going to be really interesting. I have a feeling it's kind of like Ready Player One and Warcross, that video game-esque morally grey characters and things like that, so I am hyped for this one. I just haven't picked it up. Next one is J. Kristoff, True Life. I have read the first two books in this trilogy and I haven't gotten to this one. I didn't love the second book, to be honest. I felt like it had a little bit of a second book syndrome. It was a little bit boring, kind of leading everything up to the finale, and the language in it is really weird and it's really hard for me to get back into it, and it's just like all fizzy and it's really weird. I'm not a fan of the language, but the plot is still really interesting and I like the characters, so I do want to finish it and then I can just move on and just get it out of my life. Well, not out of my life, but like I don't have to keep thinking, and every time it looks at me from my bookshelves I feel super guilty that I haven't finished it, so I mean I'll just get to it at some point. And the last one I want to get to is Tower of Dawn by Sarah J Maas. I have 2 books left in this series, this one and Kingdom of Ash, and I don't know if I'm prepared. I just feel like I don't want to say goodbye to these characters. All of the plots are really intriguing and the twists and turns are something that I generally don't see coming, so that's exciting for me. But I don't know. I've read a whole bunch of them last year in a row and I think I just burnt myself out a little bit from the series and I needed to take a break, and then when I do that I never come back to it. So I'm holding myself accountable. It's on this video so that I can make sure that I come back to it this year. I'm still pretty excited about it and I think about it a lot, so I feel like come like March, April, somewhere in there, when I get a few days off for Easter maybe, I can just binge out the entire 2 books and I'll be done. So those are the 10 series that I want to start or finish some point in the next 12 months, or well 11 months now that the first month is gone already, which is insane. But that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!